Hello. This will be the first of many videos for beginner comic book collecting tips and things to avoid. So, number one, talking about a little bit of a modern indie speculation. Uh, a lot of times, books will release and news will come out before it's even published that the series has been optioned. And by being optioned, what that means is a studio or producer has expressed interest and they've struck a deal to start working and developing a screenplay. As you can see here, Undiscovered Country got optioned. Image Comics. Now, you can see here September 13th, 2019 was when this was originally published. But the book itself, according to the solicitations on Previews World, was not published, would not be published until November later that year. So at least 2 months, if not more, depending on when you got the news, this book was already optioned. So you want to avoid, when collecting comics, this pre-FOC optioning of comics. So before the final order cutoff, meaning when stores can still order this book, it's an open order book. You don't want to be ordering tons of copies of this. You just want to avoid that in general for the most part because of the fact that once that news hits, speculators that will invest harder than you will, especially if you're a beginner collecting comic books, they will buy boxes and boxes. I'm sure there are people with tens, if not hundreds, of certain books that don't ever get released as an actual series despite being optioned. And, just looking at the prices on eBay, someone sold 79 copies. This is just a, cover price more or less, right? $6 shipping, a $10 transaction. Similarly, Shadecraft. The news came out March 4th, 2021. The book itself was solicited in January for release in March. And the news struck around similarly in a similar fashion. And same thing. It's a $5 to $10 book. If you are planning to speculate on these number one issues, especially with all the stuff that James Tannion's doing, Nice House on the Lake, Something's Killing the Children. At the time, if you were buying those number ones, what is netting the most amount of money at the end of the day ends up being those ratio covers. Sometimes it's a cover A, but by and large, if you are talking in terms of investment, you want to go for ratio covers, meaning the 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 25. Copies that stores need to order a certain minimum amount of the cover A's or cover B's in order to get those books. That's if you like the ratio variant, right? So at the end of the day, you want to avoid FOMO, the fear of missing out. Avoid the hype. If you see and read through the lines, you'll understand these books will be sitting on eBay. Tons of number one issues. And of course, there's always exceptions, right? And people don't realize until much later that a series is hot or will have wider appeal than originally expected. But in general, in summary, if you're seeing news like this where stores can still order the books without limits, and the news comes out that, oh, hey, there might be a TV show or a movie, you want to avoid buying those number one issues because it's just going to end up stuck in dollar bins. It's just going to end up stuck in your short boxes and long boxes. Me personally, I don't like keeping too much in these short and long boxes. At most, I will keep some books that I will get ready for grading or stuff that I plan to get signed eventually. But I don't like collecting too much back issues unless I'm collecting the entire series. Of course, obviously, if you like what you like and support the writers and the artists involved, by all means, buy as much as you like. But in terms of investment purposes, avoid the pre FOC optioned books. Okay, that's all I got to say about this. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment below with any questions